Welcome, 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 welcome. Hello and welcome to the new reality.
Okay. Oh, dang it, I accidentally made it slower. Hold on a second. Everything's falling apart, I'm so sorry. Ow, stop, hold on. This one. Okay, now we're okay. Hi everyone! Yes, I'm over here because we're gonna do the book nook instead of the usual. Can I have two hands? Thank you. Hi everyone! Good morning. Nope. Evening. Good evening. I'm really out of it. I almost like fell asleep on the couch earlier today. I'm so eepy. I'm sleepy tired, y'all. I don't know why. It's not like I slept that bad. I mean, I went to bed at 1 a.m. But that's not that bad. I'm fine. No, it's not Metroid. It's not Metroid anymore, right? I thought I changed it. Solid May, thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you. Book Nook. It's a while since I got a stream, but I'm glad I'm not missing the Book Nook. And it's the last one of this book as well. I mean, ideally, anyway. Maybe I'll fall asleep halfway through. Who knows? Let's get some eggs in here first. Scrolling down to over here. Green Clonk. Here a cat. Take you gray. Polar stars. Vera doesn't fade. Solid made. Transgull Trish. Twinkle Chills. Pestle Pink Pop. And that's it for now. I got a little starting stack. Thank you all. I need this to wake up, even though it's not really the vibe that we're going for with this stream, of course, which is going to be chill and cozy, you know? Because I'm just gonna read a book to you guys. It'll be nice. But I didn't have like a playlist of calm music, so, you know, it's just... I'd say it's pretty bad to go to sleep at 1 a.m. That's like when the bed starts. Well, I used to go to bed like fuller, so I think we're good. I'm still doing better, you know? Beautiful. Alright, and now we're gonna put on first chill playlist, but then we're gonna stop the chill playlist. Then we're gonna go all the way to YouTube. YouTube in it, and get ourselves a little Minecraft music. Because we are going to be reading Minecraft, in case y'all didn't know. Loop. Alright, so come everyone, come with me. I will lead you into my book nook. We're walking through the garden, and I will open up the door to my book nook. There goes the door. Come on in, everyone. There we are. Wow. Music's a little loud, so I'm turning it down. So it won't be so fucking loud anymore. And then we can get started. So, but we can't, because I'm gonna give it a little bit of a backstory to the book, because if you if you're thinking like, wow, Book Nook, what a fun new novel idea. No, it's not. This series has been going on for a very long time, but it keeps getting canceled, postponed. I give priority to something else that we do, or something. So it's been a while since we last did Book Nook. So we're actually at the end of the book. It's we don't have a long time to go. I'm hoping to finish reading it today. That's the plan. But we'll see how far we get. You look so high poly in my... Relatively speaking, I'm quite high poly. Yeah, it's true. I like to feel strong sometimes, you know, or, well, not strong, but I like to pretend to imagine what it's like if I was higher poly, but instead of becoming higher poly, I just go into a place that's lower poly. So that's what we're doing here. So yeah, so the book, it's basically, to give you a rundown of the story up to this point, someone, we don't know who, we don't have a name, we don't have a gender or anything, wakes up in Minecraft, but doesn't know what Minecraft is. And when I say wakes up in Minecraft, I mean like wakes up in the most literal Minecraft that you can be in if it was real. So their arms are just rectangles. They don't have a literal mouth that they can put anything into. They can only eat things that you can eat in Minecraft by just bringing them close to your mouth, and then you start eating them. They have an inventory. They make shapes with items in order to craft things. It's extremely like a literal translation of Minecraft, which is fucking hilarious. And that's the charm of the book, that it's just literal Minecraft. It's someone trying to figure out Minecraft, and some of it is treated with a lot of seriousness. Like, injuries are very grievous here. Like, when they take falling damage, they just go like, ooh. They like break their fucking knees, and then they have to walk around with their broken bones and stuff. It's written by the dude that wrote World War Z, a big gritty zombie story, so that, you know, gives a bit of context to that. I don't know why they picked this writer, but I love it. It's very funny. And we're near the end, so let's get to it. Chapter 20. Oh, also, this stream, you'll know, maybe, started half an hour later than usual. That's because they also tend to go less long than usual. So I'm like cutting off a little bit at the front, and I'm cutting off a little bit at the back of the usual stream length. So just so you guys know. Okay, here we go. Chapter 20. Revenge only hurts only you. I'm not sure if this world lets you have a spring in your step, but the next morning I sure felt like I did. Like it did. I don't remember what happened before because of... Oh yeah, I was reading books. Oh, right, I remember now. The whole book had been like extremely accurate to the game, you know. And then they find... Blocky, we named them Blocky. Blocky finds like a book. I don't remember if they just found it in, I think they found it in a chest somewhere. Oh no, wait, they start finding multiple books that are different guides to the world. That like tell them how to do things. And we've had like this idea that, because at the beginning it says like it's based on a true story, so it's based on the writer playing Minecraft and reading about it, or writing about it. That's the idea we have, right? So probably this finding books and stuff is just them caving in and looking stuff up on the internet or getting their kid to help or something, you know? That's last time on Minecraft Ball Z. Blocky finds Minecraft's lore Bible. Thank God I don't think it has any lore stuff in it, because that's annoying. I don't. That's what always happens with Minecraft stories. Is like it's like, oh, high fantasy kingdoms battling it out, war, evil wizards, blah blah blah, and it's like, no, can we not? That's why I like this one, because it's not that at all. Anyway, so they found a bunch of books. I'm not sure if this world lets you have a spring in your step, but the next morning I sure felt like it did. Moseying down for another sure-to-be successful mining adventure, I couldn't have been in a better mood. Armed with repaired tools and weapons and a pack full of all kinds of food, I felt ready for anything. What I wasn't ready for was an age-old enemy waiting to sabotage my new, seemingly invincible winning streak. Of all the foes waiting below, the one I really should have been ready for was me. Herobrine? What does that mean? You mean like you shouldn't have been overconfident? Or are you gonna get attacked by Herobrine? Who's to say? Heading back into the mine complex, I found my usual welcoming committee of zombies, skeletons, and even a couple of creepers. I took them out, pocketed their remains, and went off down a dark, unexplored tunnel. My money's on Ubris. I think it'd be very funny if Herobrine just turns out to be the villain, but then I think Herobrine should have been hinted at a little bit, you know? But it's probably Ubris. My nose is itchy. This one was broken by a section of natural cave that was lit by a column of lava. After surrounding its impact point with cobblestone, I noticed a block of diamonds embedded in the smooth gray floor. This reminded me that I hadn't run across any natural diamonds except when nearby lava, and I made a mental note to prove that theory later on. After collecting 3 glittering stones, I kept going until the natural cave returned to an oak-reinforced mine shaft. This time, minecart tracks led me right to another chest and another world-expanding jackpot. I didn't find one book, I found 3! And they were all about redstone, which turned out to be its actual official name. This entire time I'd seen the crimson mineral as next to useless, and now I was learning that it might just be the most useful material in this world. The dim redstone torch I'd thought inferior to a brighter coal version was actually a source of energy, and that energy could be transmitted by a trail of redstone dust. And that was just the first book. Skipping to the other 2, I saw that redstone was an essential building material in machines. Yes, machines! Finally, after going from the Stone Age to the Iron Stage, here was the Industrial Revolution. And if I'd just been a little more patient, taking the books home instead of skimming the pages right then and there, everything probably would have been fine. But I didn't. Psst. I knew that hiss. I'd heard it too many times. Psst. Head up, flesh ready, and books safely packed away, I pivoted to face the threat. All clear. Behind me was the well-lit, empty passageway. Before me was only darkness, no cluster eyes, and yet... Psst. I crept cautiously down the tunnel, placing torches as I went, still clinging to the thought that cave spiders were just smaller, bothersome pests. At least I got the smaller part right. Oh dang, dude's got redstone manuals. Time to make a whole ass computer. Time to make like playable Pokemon 1. It scuttled out of the darkness towards me, greenish blue and about half the size of its surface cousin. I swung my sword, missed, and expected nothing more than the usual, if not milder, spider bite. Wrong! Pain flooded my system with a burning, choking, familiar sting of poison. Do you understand what I mean when I say that it's written very intensely? Like stuff like combat, you know? It's a lot sometimes. I staggered back, head swimming, limbs aching, flesh flailing wildly at the turquoise snapper. Oh, Flesh is the name of the sword, by the way. F-L-A-S-H. I forgot about that. Knocking it back with my shield, I lunged forward with a killing blow. Still smarting from the venom, I reached for a milk bucket and the new painful realization that size doesn't matter. Only then did I notice that the hissing hadn't stopped. Well now, I thought nervously, at least the others won't surprise me this time. Wrong again. How's this thing of poison familiar? Because they've gotten poisoned before by... I don't know, something. Is Minecraft official? Sky, correct, yes. I headed down the passageway, ready to repel any threats in front of me, only they weren't in front of me, they were below. I passed a hole in the wooden floor, just one open block. In my anxious distraction, I figured that spiders couldn't squeeze through such a teeny opening. I didn't factor in this new small variety. Panic drowns thought. I'd already passed the hole when I was jumped from behind. Toxins coursing through my veins. I spun in time to catch the second of two arachnids. It reeled as its partner struck, injecting another murderous dose. Parry, slash, smoke! Another antidote of milk and more loaves of healing bread. I peered down the hole, saw nothing, and guessed, hoped really, that there couldn't possibly be more of them down there. Oh, they meant a witch, that's true, they did. Let me just say, for the record, that my thoughts hadn't been this frazzled in a long time. I'd been so used to winning, so used to things going my way, that when confronted by a genuine challenge, my mental recovery time was way out of whack. That's why I didn't retreat the moment I jumped through the hole and saw that the entire shaft before me was filled from top to bottom with webs. Of all the ironies, spider silk had once been so rare and precious that I'd risked my life to get it. Now I'd risk my life to get past it, to get to the spawner I saw at the end of the hallway. At least I wasn't stupid enough to just try walking through the webs, but trying to hack them away was just as idiotic. I'd barely sliced through 4 of the stretched, creepy cubes when I saw another spider gliding effortlessly forward, as if the sticky threads didn't exist. Well, yeah, it's a spider, dude. That's how they do. I swung and struck silk. It leapt. I winced. The bite didn't poison me, but the impact knocked me right up into a web. I was stuck. Legs kicking, feet dangling, slowly dipping toward the ground. Another pounce, a second bite, this time the fangs sank deep. I screamed from the noxious fluid, cutting ferociously at the cutting ferociously at the entangling web. My feet hit the floor just as the first spider sprang and landed right on Flesh's diamond blade. I retreated from the web wall just long enough to take my last drink of anti-venom milk. Before I could reach for healing food, another pair of spiders attacked. Oh no! This time I was ready. I hit one, then the other, knocked them back like this was a crazy solo game of racquetball. Again they charged, again I struck. Shield and sword, bash and slash. As the second one evaporated, I glimpsed another pair poofing up from the distant spawner. I'll be back, I shouted, fury roiling up within me. I'll be back and you'll be dead. You'll all be dead! Dude. Okay, fine. They're hurting you and stuff, but come on, they're just animals. You know, no need to be like that. Running all the way home should have given me the chance to clear my head. It didn't. It should have calmed me just long enough to realize that I needed to repair my battered armor, fix my cracked sword, get a decent night's rest, and come up with a reasonable plan. It didn't. I just grabbed some more food, extra feathers for arrows, and rushed back out to do battle. Stopping to milk Moo should have given me one last chance for sanity, but of course it didn't. I can only imagine what my 4-legged lifeline might have said if she'd been human, what her sharp, multiple moos might have meant.
Please don't do this. Don't go back there without thinking. Consider the mistakes you've made, the lessons you've learned, all the times you've almost died. Please just take a moment, take a deep breath, and don't throw away everything because you want
revenge. That's why I didn't listen to her, to my subconscious thoughts. Those creatures had reintroduced me to fear. They'd reminded me what it felt like to be helpless and weak and scared down to my DNA. Fear made me hate, and hate made me blind. The lesson was clear, obvious, and ignored. Revenge hurts only me. I would learn it the hard way soon enough. I sprinted down into the depths, right back into the tunnel where I'd started. After sealing the hole in the floor that I'd originally jumped through, I tried picking out a new one just above the spawner itself. I planned, if you could call it that, to smash the cage from above before any new arachnids got to me. The plan failed. As soon as the hole opened, a spider jumped up into my face. Recoiling from the venom, I gave the creature several rapid hacks. It's not failure that matters, but how you recover, right? I recovered miserably. That's also a thing I want to mention, is that in Minecraft, when you die, you just respawn. And this, up until the thing with the books, has been Minecraft to a T. It has just been exactly... Everything has been like Minecraft mechanics and stuff. The only thing is that... like animals seem to have might have a little more autonomy, some independent thought maybe, but even that is sort of like up for debate, you know. It's left purposefully vague. So I'm very curious to know if we'll ever find out what happens if Lucky dies, you know. Very, very curious. I do want to know. I wouldn't be surprised if the book ends with them dying and then just like waking up again and be like, oh no, I'm stuck here forever, you know? Sealing the hole, then gulping milk, I groped for a rash and reckless plan B. Would you have tried to mine a staircase down the wall next to the spawner? Would you have believed, or wanted to believe, that somehow there weren't any webs on the other side of the hall? Of course not. That's what a brain is for. But I did, and within seconds of knocking out the final blocks, a trio of poisonous hissers pounced. I honestly don't remember how I killed them all. All I can recollect is searching for a second dose of milk and realizing I'd only brought one. The next minute was an excruciating race between hyper healing and the spider's digestive juice. I tried to stuff my face with as much food as my stomach would allow, praying that I could self-repair before the acid devoured me from within. Veins cooling, muscles repairing, I heard another high-pitched rasp. Two more arthropods came scampering at me through their protective webs, cutting me off from the staircase. Arthropod is such a fucking good word. Yeah, it would be quite funny with him dying and realizing that death, them, we don't know their pronouns, and realizing that death having no consequence means all their fear and death was basically pointless. I believe that, so just so we're clear, there's like a point earlier in the book where they mention they don't even know if they're male or female. They just don't know anything, you know? So, them. It would be funny if the fear of death became pointless. Not entirely pointless. You drop your items and stuff, and the shit hurts. But yeah, Minecraft needs a guy. That's correct, and it's official. Welcome. Withdraw, retire, run! I beat it down a dark, unexplored tunnel. No time for torches, no time for direction. I just ran until the hissing finally faded. Time to rest and regroup. I could see now that the mineshaft had given way to a rough, natural cave. Just as I placed a torch, two arrows struck me in the back. I turned to see another cobblestone spawning chamber right behind me, with a pair of skeletons emerging from its exit. I swung, connected, and heard the snap of the glimmering blade shatter. Oh no! Oh no! Flesh had been a magnificent weapon if I hadn't repaired its wounds. But I hadn't repaired its wounds. I'd seen how all the combat, and especially web chopping, had taken such a horrid toll on its fractured, chipping form. I'd seen it, but I didn't do anything about it. And because I didn't take care of flesh, it couldn't take care of me. Curses echoing in the darkness. I searched my back and pelt. No axe, no backup sword, nothing but two arrows for my bow. I had gaggles of spare feathers, but I'd forgotten to bring any flint. Two more skeletons emerged. 4 arrows clunked off my shield. Back into the tunnel and the pitch-black unknown. I fled blindly, whistling arrows in pursuit. Running, panting, murky stone racing past me on all sides. Finally, silence. My thoughts were a jumble. Eat, heal, food gone, alone in the dark, lost. Running from tunnel to tunnel, I stuck torches everywhere. How do I get back? Where am I going? Oh! First Donnie, thank you so much for subscribing. 7 months, let's go. Woo, nice, congrats. Thank you so much. Anissa says, hello, my computer has been uncooperative for this reason, so I need to reset it. What did I miss last time I was here? They were just attacked by the first spider, but it seems that didn't miss. They got attacked by a bunch of spiders and they got scared and they wanted revenge on all the spiders, which failed miserably, and now they are in the dark. They don't have a good weapon. They only have 2 more arrows remaining, running out of food, lost in the caves. Things are going very, very poorly. And also egg. Egg for Persidani. Thank you. Running from tunnel to tunnel, I stuck torches everywhere. How do I get back? Where am I going? Panic drowns thought. Help. I whimpered softly, tracing and retracing the same nondescript steps. Please, somebody! Anybody, please help me! I was right back where I'd started. Right back in that ocean, scared and alone, and wishing for someone else to find me. And someone did, but not in the way that I wanted. I heard the moan the moment I turned the corner. A low ceiling cave, another spawning chamber. Zombies, so many approaching zombies. I dashed away down another tunnel and once again ended up blundering through the dark. Zombies never give up. Slow, steady. They never let you go. Groans bounced off the walls. They were just a few steps behind me. Something blinked off to my right. A creeper. I twisted for a quick bow shot. Thunk! Square in the mottled face. Not enough. The crackling of a fuse. One more shot and squeak! A bat flying right between us took the hit. Boom! I was blasted back, my thrashed chest plate disintegrating from my burned body. Oh no, could this be it? Are they gonna die? Is Blocky gonna die, y'all? Oh no. I landed hard, splashing into shallow water that carried me farther into the gloom. They were still behind me, dim, growling shapes against the faint glow of distant torches. Gotta be honest, Minecraft here sounds like post-apocalypse. Well, it's written by someone who's very well acquainted with writing post-apocalypse stories. You know, it's a writer of World War Z, so... not too much of a surprise, I think. I think that's completely understandable. They were still behind me, dim, growling shapes against the faint glow of distant torches. I ran through the water and crashed into solid rock. I looked right and left but couldn't see anything. Nowhere to run, no way to fight. The smell of rotting flesh was overpowering. Rotting flesh and earth. Cubes of dirt in the wall, reminding me of the first night, buried and safe. Grabbing the loose cobblestones from my pack, I threw up a wall across the rough opening of the tunnel. I worked furiously, automatically, and as a zombie came into view, I slammed the last block into place. Minecraft kind of seems post-apocalyptic, so on its own, so it makes sense a little bit with like all the ruins and scattered little villages with no communication between them. It makes sense. I mean, you've got no roads between them anyway. You could definitely see there being like a post-apocalyptic narrative there if you want. Yeah, I can definitely see it. Chapter 12. Knowledge, like a seed, needs the right time to bloom. How do I survive? I asked the darkness. What's my next move? Trapped, cornered, alone. Well, almost. Grrr. Moaned a zombie on the other side of the wall, completing my deja vu. Same as it ever was. Oh yeah, wait, hasn't that like been a thing? Yeah. I remember that like one of the things that Blocky remembers from the human world, from our world, is the song is Talking Heads. Letting the Days Go By Talking Heads, which is really good because I love that song a lot. And then something happened that I never would have predicted. I smiled. My first night, I repeated, setting down a comforting torch. And look what I had then compared to what I have now. Grrr, snarled the ghoul. Two, actually, as I could hear a second one approaching. No, not in my pack, I laughed, wishing I could point to my head. Up here! Oh yeah, can't point because no fingers, you know? Up here, all those priceless lessons in my brain, all that hard-won experience, you can't take that away. Nobody can. This isn't the same as my first night because I'm not the same person. Growled the monsters. We'll talk later, I said, turning my back on the wall. I gotta get to work. I took a deep breath and visualized the way of the cube. Plan, prepare, prioritize, practice, patience, and persevere. Which has 6 sides, like a cube. It's, you know, a thing from earlier in the book, obviously. Right now, I had to prioritize my needs, and need number 1 was food. The spider's sting had ripped every last calorie out of me. My head swam, my breath stank, and those tiny telling shivers were back. Starvation. Been a long time, I thought, searching my belt and pack. The belt is like the hotbar of items, and then the pack is the inventory. Minecraft, Pikmin and Minecraft both have worlds with it may be post-apocalyptic or it may not be, and we're never elaborating. At least Minecraft has like other people within it if you count the villagers. Yeah. I mean, you could argue that like maybe in the Pikmin world, the Pikmin made everything, all the like, well, no, I guess because it's Earth, there's Earth stuff. Maybe it's just like one abandoned garden. Olimar just keeps going back to the one same abandoned garden, you know? And the rest of the world is fine, it's just that one garden. All I had was one brown mushroom, totally inedible without its red and white partner. The rest of my inventory consisted of 24 blocks of birch, 20 blocks of oak that I'd hacked out of the mineshaft sports, 3 empty metal buckets, 1 bucket of water, a worn shovel, a worn bow, a worn pickaxe, a ton of cobblestone, some gunpowder, some redstone, 3 books on redstone, a bundle of feathers, and enough spider silk to make an army of fishing poles. Jesus Christ, you love to write everything down, don't you? Jesus Christ. It just keeps ending up in a local park somewhere. No, because then you would find people. Keeps ending up in like non-local parks. Places where people used to go, but they don't anymore. You know? A garden that's never visited, or just no one lives in the house or something. Too bad there aren't any oceans nearby, I muttered. But right on the heels of those defeatist words came an exulant, there is! Like a crack of lightning, the memory of the food book's passage flashed across my mind. Any body of water, it had read. Any body! That life-saving fact then merged with my first-hand experience with irrigation. Remember way back when I bored you to death with my story of pouring water in a ditch? Remember when I said how important it would be later on? Well, later on was now. Water makes water, I called out to the zombies outside. All I need now is a second cube. They responded, reminding me that there was more water right out there with them. Of course, I'm talking about the little underground stream I'd fallen into after almost being blown up. I thought I'd seen the source, a single cube spring in the wall just a few paces from this cave. But how to get there? I thought about the 2 end-around tunneling tactics I'd tried before. Both had been risky and neither had ended well. But now, with water so close... With great risks come great rewards! I called to my undead jailers and hoisted my nearly broken pickaxe. I began hammering away, estimating where the water source was. And here I turned sharply to the left. The block fell. No water, just a couple of rotting hands. I yelped as one green fist punched me square in the honker. Thanks, I said, sealing up the hole. I don't think zombies can laugh, but those moans sure sounded cheery. Clearly, they were following me on the other side of the tunnel. If I made another mistake, broke through and took more damage I couldn't heal from... Snap! The iron tool broke in my hands. No problem, I called to the zombies and whipped up first a crafting table and then a stone-tipped pickaxe. Perseverance. You're not the honker! Also, hello, Vixie, welcome. And thank you for all the hearts, flower, heart. Oh, that's fun. Flower, heart. Anyway. Turns out I only had one more block to go. You could have just used your hand for that, bud. Pick, 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 then whoosh, underground water. Capturing it in an empty milk pail, also known as just a bucket. I dug out a large basin in the center of the cave. Jumping inside, I poured the 2 water cubes against 2 of the corners. As they flowed together, a 3rd cube formed between them. I repeated the process again and again and again, until soon I was climbing out of a fully filled pool. Completely unnecessary, as Minecraft Fishing % pros will know, but so be it. And here we go, I said, crafting a new fishing pole. Taunted one of the zombies. You're right, I hollered back. No reason to think any body of water also means one I made, but, I said, stepping back to cast out, you should never assume anything. Nothing. Not even bubbles on the surface. What? What are you doing wrong? Patience, I guess I live here now. Yeah, I mean, you've got enough food to survive at least. With the fishing, you know? Patience, I warned my ghoul captors. You'll see, I just need to be pet. And there it was, that little life-saving V of bubbles. Come on, I coaxed, waiting for the V to zigzag towards my hook. My bobber sank, the pole yanked, and an impossible salmon came flying up into my belt, along with a new lesson. Knowledge, like a seed, needs the right time to bloom. Can you fish in a single cube of water? I think you need a 2x2 to fish. I think that's the minimum you need to fish in Minecraft. I might be wrong. I don't know. You have to look it up for yourself, but I think it's 2x2. As the day or night or whatever it was wore on, my belt pouches overflowed with fish. My newly crafted furnace filled the cave with delicious smells, and eventually the zombies, unlike my stomach, were the only thing left growling. I don't think so, but they made an infinite water source, so they have enough. Yeah, they can get as much fish as they need. If they need a 3x3, they can make it. If it... No, I'm curious. Anyway. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, yes, it did bother me having to kill to live, but if you go back a few chapters, you'll see, and I quote, if pushed to the brink of starvation with no other choices left, compromising an ideal in order to save it, vegetarian to temporary pescatarian, okay? We cool? Alright, yeah, they felt bad about killing a bunch of animals because the animals were also their friends. So they were like, I'm gonna be a vegetarian now, but now they have to be a pescatarian. The problem being that a fishing rod won't have enough room to cast. But what if you just get a little further away from the water? You know? You don't have to stand right next. You can technically fish in 1x1. Oh, really? Wow. There you go. Interesting. My nose is so itchy. Why is my nose so itchy? Always happens during Book Nook, I feel. Moving on to my next priority, making a bed. Nothing clears the mind like a good night's sleep. Trying to recall what I'd read about crafting wool blocks from webs, I began setting the rest of my spider twine on the crafting table. Crazy as it sounds, they combined into several soft woolly cubes. Oh yeah, that definitely sounds crazier than making fish appear in nothing, in just fresh water you put down. Sure, bud. Trying to recall what... 3 wood planks later, I had a bed no different than any I'd made before. Even the blanket and pillow felt as smooth and soft as sheep's wool. It's going to be okay. And it's right in the honker. my honker is so fucking itchy. Actually getting the hook in the water is the hard part. Yeah, no, 1x1, I understand that, yeah. Can't you just, like, look right at it and just, like, throw it down, you know? It's going to be okay, I told myself as the walls of my cave faded to black. Tomorrow, I'm getting out of here. But tomorrow, as they say, was not just a day away. The next morning, I realized that trying to make a hasty run for it would probably put me in the same position I was in now, if not worse. I was totally unarmed, with half my body unarmored. No milk meant I'd need 10 times as much food to counter spider poison, and let's not forget, I had no idea where I was going. As badly as I wanted to escape the stuffy, cramped confines of my cave, confines even, I needed to repair, restock, and rethink my overall exit strategy. Just dig up, stupid. Like it or not, this underground chamber was going to be home for a while. I spent 2 full days catching a school of fish. Once that priority was checked, I turned to the next on the list. Armor and weapons. You can cast your bobber right down. If you cast your bobber right down, it'll stick it. Oh, it'll stick on the bottom. What about, like, just get into the water and throw it upwards? And then, like, it'll come back down and land in the water, right? Or can you not shoot directly upwards? I don't remember. I was totally unarmed, blah, blah, blah. As badly as I wanted to escape the stuffy, cramped confines of my cave, I need to repair, blah, blah, blah. I spent using the last of my worn shovel to dig out a dirt section of the wall. I found a cache of 3 iron cubes. Just the start, I thought optimistically, and picking them out, I broke through to another cave. Well, I said, backing up quickly. No mobs came through and no sounds warned of their presence. Peeking in, all I could see were a few small red and white caps dotting the floor. Mushrooms. Figures, I said sourly. All that time catching fish and I could have been collecting food right here. But then again, I reminded myself, learning to make a fishing hole anywhere means you'll never starve again. That could work, but you can't get an exact 90-degree angle. Oh yeah, what if you have a 1x1 that's like 5 deep? Yeah, what if you make it deep enough that it doesn't hit the bottom and it floats back up again? An underground pond sounds like a cozy base. It does. I love making, when I play Minecraft, and also I guess like other survival games, I love putting vegetation and stuff underground, making like an underground garden with trees and stuff. It's very cozy and nice. Problems force progress. Long story short, I'm not a fan of mushroom stew. Too creamy and bland. But at least I didn't have to kill to eat anymore. See? I care. And this is a big ol' and. Mushrooms grow by themselves. Just place one on the stone floor with dim light and it'll make more of itself. So they not only cleared my conscience, they cleared my calendar, freeing me up to go mining. And mine I did. And by the 9th or 10th day, damn, you were here for a long time, I had found enough iron and coal to forge tools, weapons, and a whole new set of armor. Undergarden. Oh, that's a fun name for it. Undergarden. I like that. I remember on a server I was on, I made an underground bird sanctuary. That's also very cute. You better have, like... Did you, like, make it look blue so the birds thought they were outside? Does that matter? Would birds care? Probably. I feel like birds would care. But maybe you just have to give them enough space. I think since you can't look directly down, it would hit a wall. Damn. That's annoying. And mine I did. By the 9th or 10th day, I had found enough iron and coal to forge tools, weapons, and a whole new suit of armor. It was time to get home, but how? I still didn't know where I was going, and the path I'd taken before was way too dangerous. They have a lot of wood, don't they? Oh, egg. Egg for Kepi Orb. There you go. Thank you. I made it very grassy and lit with little ponds, fountains, etc. That's very cute. I like that. That sounds so cool. The first thing that made me want to play my poor old copy of Minecraft Xbox 360. I've such a way somewhere. You should do it. Make something nice. I like to make big aquariums with my enchanting setup in the middle of a bubble. That's also really good. I love. That's always the best part of an aquarium, by the way, is like where you're walking. Where you're surrounded by all sides by the aquarium, you know, you're walking through a tunnel or something. That's always the best part. It's so good. And the shark tank, of course. Where it's massive and it's so big you can't even see the back wall. Oh, it's so good. I had a cave house with a glass dome sticking out in the ocean. I love it. That's... Oh, like the cave is underneath the ocean and then that's also really good. It's pretty neat getting... coral that's alive and enough sea pickles and is the hardest part. I get that, yeah. Where were we? It was time to get home, but how? I still didn't know where I was going, and the path I'd taken before was way too dangerous. I thought about maybe tunneling straight spiral staircase style. Hopefully I'd break through onto my island, maybe right by Moo and the sheep. I didn't. I must have been close enough, maybe at the foot of one of the slopes, because eventually I broke through a column of sand. The beach, I thought happily, and shoveled the 10 blocks away. And the one that fell in after that, and the one that fell in after that, and on and on and on and on and on, until seawater eventually washed me right back down into my cave. Plan B, I thought, gloomily sealing up the breach. What do you mean, Plan B? Just go back there and then swim up the water, you moron. God damn it. You were right there. All you have to do is then like swim up and then you can see your island. Come on. Ugh. Unrealistic. This person doesn't even know how to play Minecraft good. Plan B, I thought, gloomily sealing up the breach. Plan B was trying to tunnel far enough around the mob-infested passages to hopefully break through into another open shaft. It didn't go exactly as planned. Their weak nerd legs can't fight the current. Dude, that's it. They're fucking nerds. Everyone who's good at Minecraft is a jock, as we know. On the first try, I broke through into an open lava cave, its walls lined with gold and diamonds. You can't help me now, I sneered at the treasure, and tunneled in another direction. Falls, you could have better weapons and stuff, but whatever. This time I finally got what I was looking for. A silent, clear shaft with no mobs anywhere inside. Even better, the lack of torches told me I'd never been down this way. Home, I breathed, already tasting the sea air. Taking one step into the passageway though, I turned to my left and saw another minecart cart. Throwing open the lid, I found some iron ingots, some gunpowder, and a loaf of very welcome bread, and most important, another book entitled Navigation. At that moment, I felt like the luckiest person ever. Grrr. A zombie lurched around the corner, cracking its fist on my face. Oh no. I staggered back a half step, took the second blow square on my new shield, then laid in with a series of chops from my new iron sword. Filling the hall with death smoke filled my heart with pride. I was back. I was ready. I was facing 3 more coming down the hall. Okay, he could have just grabbed a lava bucket and had the best weapon. Yeah, they could have just done that. Just killed everything with lava, but, you know, they're not that smart. They don't have, like, YouTubers to watch to tell them how to do it. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna have a sippy. There we go. Have they even tested if a bucket can hold lava yet? Yeah, they have. They used it to make a jacuzzi that burnt their house down. Yeah, nice. Also, I will do a sachet. Okay, there we go. Moving on. Must be near the spawner, I thought, blocking up the tunnel behind me. Plan B was dead. Time for Plan C, which I didn't have yet. Hopefully this new book and navigation would help with that. And it did. I assume it's making a compass. So impressive that you can read with your eyes closed. It must have been a lot of work to memorize the whole chapter. No. Because I'm an AI, I actually just look it up. When I have my eyes closed, I'm just looking up the... it's an ebook. The book is digital. It's also... It's here. You can... I'm holding it in my hand, but it's also digital. So don't worry about it. Hopefully this isn't it. And it did. There were 4 items described in your manual. A map, a compass, signposts, excuse me, what signposts? Is that it? Oh, like a sign. I thought like directional signposts. I guess they can be. Anyway. She screenshots the page and then reads the image with her mind when she closes her eyes. YouTubers help him with guidance. The YouTubers, to help him with guidance are just written and described as how this universe sets things up. The main character meets an all-knowing sage and they open up with,
"Hello everyone, my name is Markiplier."
That'll happen, that's how it ends, I think. Ebook. And of all things, a journal. I couldn't make the map because I needed sugarcane for paper, and I couldn't make the journal for the same reason. The signposts were easy though, since they were just made of wood, and the compass only needed iron and redstone. Unlike the compasses of my world, the needle didn't just point north. North, in fact. Instead, the book said it always faced my original it always faced my original spawning point. They're actually using like the in-game terminology for it. That's very fun. Not immediately helpful when you consider that it was the bottom of the sea, but since it always faced the same direction, I could use that consistency to keep me from getting turned around. Laying the compass ingredients on the crafting table reminded me of how useless redstone had originally been, which in turn reminded me that I still had the 3 redstone books in my pack. I hadn't looked at them since the initial discovery, and even then, I'd only skimmed them. Did I miss anything useful? I wondered, now carefully rereading each page. And indeed I had, rushing to take in all of the fancy, cool machinery, skipping whole passages that didn't grab my attention right away. Details make the difference. Book 3, page 5, one simple sentence. Redstone torches can be used as a detonation source for TNT. TNT? The gunpowder, that's what that was for! They make a redstone TV and spent the next 3 weeks watching Yogscast. They watch all of what was it called? What was their series called? Shadow of Ismaphil or some shit. You know? They just watch that whole show and that's how they learn everything. And then they become convinced that it's real. Israfel? Something like that? I don't know. They watch Shadow the Hedgehog. And that's why they start swearing. They start saying damn. They're learning to make TNT. This can't possibly go poorly. It'll be fine. We're nearing the end of the book. We've only got like, I don't know, like 20 pages to go at most. TNT, which stands for, well, I don't know, but I sure knew what it did. What does TNT stand for? I don't know what that stands for. Shop! We got a shop in chat. Shop! Get viewers, followers, and primes on viewers. Shop! Shop! It stands for Trinitrotrulian. What the? That's too hard to say. It stands for TNT. The book didn't say anything else about TNT, and I didn't need to know. And you don't need to know everything I did in the underground month that followed. That's how long I spent down there, learning to craft TNT from gunpowder and sand, then testing it in the water-cooled lava cave I found. You don't need to know about the diamonds I mined for a new sword and armor, or the flint I gathered from more arrows, or how I used those arrows on silent raids, sneaking out of my cave to snipe at creepers for their gunpowder. Last but not least, you don't need to hear every detail about the masses of machines I learned how to build and test and weave into my elaborate, meticulous plan. All you need to know is one word. I was still going to escape, but not before destroying every spawner and random mob I could find. This wasn't hot-headed revenge anymore. This was cold calculation. This would finally make my island, above and below, completely safe. This was the one word you need to know. The word from my world that isn't nice, but is sometimes necessary. I was now going to bring that word to this world. I was going to war. Da-da-da-da-da-down. Da-da-da-da-da-down. I opened the virtual keyboard and typed /gif honeydews 4664. Nothing happens, but I still feel like I've done something irresponsible. That's such a fucking deep cut. Who watches Yogscast anymore? That sounds like we're going into the final or like semi-final chapter, right? World War M! Yeah, dude, Max Books just can't stay away from writing war books, huh? Chapter 22. The End and the Beginning. I moved silently. Hold on, we need some different music for this. I have to put on different music. Let's see. I moved silently, or at least as silently as this world would let me. Pat, pat, pat went my armored feet, with the occasional pop of a placed signpost. Following the compass needle, I headed in what I thought was the direction of the spider's hall. Psst, psst. And so it begins, I whispered, rounding the corner into the same passageway where I'd been defeated, the one right above the web spinners. Mindful of being ambushed, I quickly sealed up both ends of the shaft with cobblestone and wooden doors. Next, I blocked up the staircase I'd made down to the lower hall. Finally, I snuck right up to that hole in the floor and removed the blocking stone. 2 crimson clusters sparkled up at me, ready to spring. Bath time, I said, and poured a bucket of lava down the hole. In seconds, the liquid fire burned through my attackers, their webs, and the cage spawn flame beneath them. I didn't gloat, I didn't even react. I just scooped up the molten cube, watched the residual lava dissipate, and prepared for more arachnid stragglers. That is good music. None came. I'd won my first tactical engagement swiftly, silently, and without so much of a scratch. You should probably, actually destroy the spawner, but whatever. That doesn't die to lava, does it? Moving on to the skeleton's spawning chamber, I heard a chorus of clicks well before any of them came into view. 4 outside and no doubt more within. They saw me, I saw them. Their bows went up, but my shield didn't. It was worth taking a few arrows in order to set up my new wonder weapons. They were called dispensers, and the book described them as a kind of vending machine. They were designed to hold a lot of items, spitting one out when triggered. I guess they were supposed to be labor-saving conveniences, but it was easy to see them as weaponry. No tools or torches for these dispensers, just loads of deadly arrows. I placed a tripwire of spider silk and iron hooks, thank you redstone blocks, in a line between the dispensers and the skeletons, and stood back to watch the oncoming archers. Dispense with this, I said, laughing at my joke, as the relentless shafts hammered those boneheads like the machine guns of my world. The barrage didn't kill them right away. It didn't have to. My point was to delay and distract. While the skeletons absorbed an overdose of their own medicine, I tunneled around them and into the back wall of the spawning chamber. I broke through into the darkened room just in time to see a fresh bone bag emerge from the caged flame. Say goodnight, hotshot, I said with a chuckle, diamond blade flashing. You didn't even give it a name this time? Dude, where's your fun? You had such fun before. Now you're just killing. What happened to you, Blocky? This is sad. It is very funny. I know that writers like this. You know, writers who write gritty post-apocalypse books about war and fighting for America. I don't know. People who write books, they're usually middle-aged men, first of all, and they love to do this shit. They love to have a chapter of the book where the character goes on a fucking Rambo-esque rampage. It feels so out of place. It doesn't feel like Blocky, you know? Blocky has been changed by the pressures of war. War never changed. The light from lava will stop spawns. No, but they rescooped the lava. They have it again, you know? Anyway, it's just very funny that there's a chapter like this. After smashing the spawning cage, I poked my head through the doorway to watch my dispensers claim their last victim. I made sure to go back the way I came because, like fire, booby traps have no loyalty. Then set to work disassembling them. The war was far from over, and both arrows and dispensers still had a lot of work to do. That feel when you decide to go to war instead of simply swimming up. Seriously, it's silly that the author was clearly so set on writing this, you know, that they just didn't go that route. Or maybe they just didn't know, because again, this is probably based on them playing it. Oh, there was lift for a moment there. Also, hello, Plastic May, welcome. Bow, 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 bow. Okay. The war was far from over, and both arrows and dispenser still had a lot of work to do. My next trap involved a dispenser and a small, previously unused item called a flint and steel. It was a C-shaped piece of iron and a flint chip that, when struck together, caused a small temporary blaze. I'd accidentally made one a while back, but couldn't think of a use. I did now. Is this Minecraft fanfic? No. This is an official Minecraft isekai novel. It's official, it's licensed. Says so right on the box. Mojang official product. Battle-hardened American hero, Minecraft Steve. When placed in a dispenser and then set next to a pressure plate, it acted as a kind of rear guard landmine. Oh, did the book come in a box? I'm so sorry. No, it didn't. Well, I mean, technically it did actually. Yeah, it came in a box. I ordered it and it came in a box. But what is this? When placed in a dispenser and then set next to a pressure plate. Oh, because like it creates a flame there, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. There's official Minecraft novels now? Yeah, there's a lot. I think this one has sequels even. I don't think we'll be reading those, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. We can talk about it. Remember, in addition to spawners, there were still random patches of darkness that created the occasional mob. Just as I was setting my first trap, the groan of a zombie filled the passageway. I looked up to see the undead attacker lurching from out of the gloom. I backed up a few steps, but not so far that I risked losing contact. The zombie came on, slow and dumb, and completely unaware of the danger. Don't stop, I encouraged. Come and get it. It stepped on the pressure plate, which activated the dispenser, which sparked the flint striker, which set the green ghoul ablaze. Burning like a torch, it growled and gurgled toward me. Burn, baby, burn, I chanted, retreating just as quickly as it advanced. After a few seconds, I saw that fire couldn't finish the ghoul. It weakened it, though. I only needed one strong chop. Good enough, I thought, placing more striker mines in the passageway behind me. And they did their job splendidly. I could hear the cries of burning ghouls echoing through the tunnels. I'll put all of you out of your misery soon enough, I called, focusing on my next booby trap. The Protect chanted burn baby burn. Yeah, it's very silly. This is a weird silly book. Do they have cool leather covers? No, they don't. Oh, cool. So they remember Discord for... Yeah, they remember songs and like a few quotes, and that's it. What this one lacked in imagination, it more than made up for in lethality. A pressure plate, trapdoor, and a hole filled with lava. You are putting so much effort into this, dude. Hey, Blasty, I shouted to a nearby creeper. Over here! Weirdly, the living bomb turned in the other direction. No, doofus, I shouted and raised my bow. Here! I shot the creeper in the back, hoping, if you can believe it, for a less than lethal kill. The green, silent column turned back, locked on me, and slowly glided forward. Right, I said, backing up past its invisible detonation range. Here's your target. The creeper swept over the pressure plate, then dropped through the trapdoor. Bobbing and burning, it silently surrendered it to its fate. Shame, I said, watching my foe disintegrate. I could have used the gunpowder. I found my way to the main cavern, specifically to a shaft that opened right up above a lava pond. Just as I was setting up my new horror show, I heard a growing cackle. A jackpot of two witches came around the corner, bottles of who knows what in their hands. Perfect, I called to the approaching villains, rude and presumptuous. You, of all mobs, deserve what's coming. With a flick of a lever, I sent a minecart racing down a powered rail. This new combination of wood, gold, and, of course, redstone sent the automatic missile crashing into the oncoming witches. Cackling maniacally, they toppled right off the cliff and into the liquid fire. Who's living now? I shouted, realizing a second later that, in fact, they still were. Yeah, well, I still got the last laugh. I hopped into a minecart, a stacked collection of tracks in my hand. Leaning forward, just like in a boat, I found I was able to make the cart move on its own, placing new tracks in front of me and connecting them to existing rail lines, allowing me to zip along the mine shafts like a race car. That's actually so funny. I've never thought about that. Can you do that? Can you put minecart tracks down in front of you as you go? Because that's pretty funny. God forbid we would do anything. Honestly though, seriously. I can't abide by this witch head. Oh, it's so mean to Katie, you know? Katie doesn't deserve that. I bet you could find one of those book binding people to make a cover like that for one. Oh yeah, leather cover. You sorta can. It's hard to do fast enough if you're going at speed. I imagine, yeah. I have no idea, but I just pictured that Grommet gift. Me too, exactly. That's a move in Smash, so maybe this is Smash. It could be. This could, yeah. Like someone did say that this is the prequel to.
Analyze being evil and the fucked up and the psychopaths.
Yeah, justice for those witches. So what if they're evil? Okay, if I hadn't been at war, the ride probably would have been fun. Soon enough, I thought, racing through endless tunnels. Once this whole maze is cleared, I'll build a roller coaster down here. Wouldn't that be cool? Laying track as I went, and steering on a specific course, I checked off my list of victories. Spiders gone, skeletons gone, random patches of darkness, lit. Random passages, booby-trapped. Just one more, I thought excitedly. One more spawner. And then I've won. Coming to rest at the base of the zombie's spawning chamber, I leapt out of the cart and ran like a maniac for the door. Growled a ghoul, poking its head out the entrance. Stay! I commanded, bashing it back inside with my shield. I wanted it trapped, not dead. Before it could regroup for another strike, I placed 2 glass blocks in its opening. Glass? Yep, glass. I'll do a sippy. For my glass. Just kidding, it's a thermos. Imagine if everyone in chat left and came back, so we all just started exploding just to add to the action. The problem there is that I think you have to be gone for a full minute before your U-bot disappears. So, please don't leave me for that long, you know? That'd be sad. Where was I? Glass? Yep. Glass. I not only used it to seal the doorway, but I also replaced the entire cobblestone wall with clear cubes. I had something very special planned for my slouching friends. After finishing the first glass wall, I built a second, identical barrier 1 block behind it, and then filled in the space between them with water. We need an explode command. That'd be extremely funny. I wonder if you could do that. Well, you can do bombs. You can do exclamation point bomb. You can do that. Channel points redeemed to set it to go off on refreshes. I can't do that, I don't think. I love how the U-bots run. They're so generous. Thank you! I'm glad I was able to provide that. A lot of people have said that U-bots are very gender, and I love that. That's a big honor. I hope even more that this ends with them dying after going through all this edgy war waging. Give us a comical anticlimax. It'd be very funny, but I doubt it. Who knows? We'll see. After finishing the first glass wall, I built a second identical barrier 1 block behind it, and then filled in the space between them with water. Why water, you ask? Because it was the only substance that could absorb the blast of TNT. I hit upon the idea from that first explosive creeper. Remember how it had blown a hole in the bank of the lagoon? Well, I realized that the blast had only hurt the bank itself, while the shallow underwater blocks were unscathed. I thought I was being so careful. I'd even tested the water wall theory in the cooled lava cave, and it had worked. This book was ghostwritten by those people who write war books that you find for... No, not even ghostwritten. It's written by Max Brooks, who's famous for that shit. It's just literally written by one of those. Just actually by one of those. It's by the writer of World War Z. It's not ghostwritten. We talked about that a moment ago. I thought I was being so careful. I'd even tested the water wall theory in the cold lava cave, and it had worked. After filling this water wall, I placed stone steps up to the top of the spawning chamber ceiling, hollowed out a space above the roof, and filled the space with charges. I thought I was being so careful. Did you say it was written by Mel Brooks? No, Max Brooks. Did Max write any of the Halo books? You'd have to look into that yourself, Cubeater. I want to know. I'm kind of undead. It's zombie ridden. I'm sorry, this is serious. Running a redstone of a fuse of redstone dust all the way back to the bottom, I armed the last step with a simple wooden button. How poetically fitting that this button was the first item I'd ever crafted. Things are really coming full circle. I think they're gonna die, y'all. I think they're gonna die. You were my first threat, I sneered at the zombies, and now you'll be the last. A dim, hidden memory took shape as I leaned in to push the button. Some kind of expression about another button and another great explosion. Strangely enough, the image of a mushroom cloud crystallized in my mind. Bing, bang, boom, I said, and pressed the small wooden square. And then the world ended. Or at least that's what it felt like as the ear-splitting concussion blew up the room, the zombies, and the torches that lit my victory. Yeehaw! I started to yell, but was suddenly smothered in a deluge of water. The top level of the glass wall must have shattered, I thought, and backed up to get away. Only I couldn't get away. Something was blocking my escape. I turned to see gravel. An entire wall of this stuff had fallen in behind me. Only I couldn't get back. Oh, wait, huh? I looked up to see how far the barrier reached and saw where the water was really coming from. My heart froze. I'd made a deadly mistake. I'd had no way of knowing how close the ocean floor was to me. I just assumed it was a mountain of rock. Never assume anything. The blast had not only ripped that floor wide open, but it also released a massive gravel deposit behind me. Trapped, drowning. There was no place to go but up. So far, so slow, cold, dark, crack. Shooting pains to air-starved muscles. Closer, but still so far away. My body ached, my lungs burned. Swim! Crack! Mouth open in a choked scream, just like before. The beginning and the end. Crack! I reached for the glow, grabbing for breath, for life. Crack! The end is the beginning. Crack! I understand now. I get it. Epilogue. Okay, we need some different music. Do I have some fucking sad as shit music? Do I have sad music? I have sentimental music, but that's not right. I need some sad. I think they just died, y'all. I think that's it. I think they died and they're gonna find out that they respawn. Undertale sad music. Sure, let me get some Undertale sad music. Undertale sad music on YouTube. Let's see. Undertale sad OST. So it's only the sad songs, I assume. No, give me something else right now. No, that's not sad. No. No, what? How is that? Why is that in sad? You guys, you're so bad at this. No. The way they were like, I did it. All I have to do is this one last spawner, and then they die horribly. It's fun. Sad's Undertale. This is like none of the sad songs. Undertale has sad songs, right? These aren't them. I think Undertale music is like too hopeful. Okay, come on. Sad Minecraft music. How about that? Sad is relative, that's true. We'll just do Minecraft music, whatever. Minecraft music isn't different like the Void, you're right. Ugh. A specific sad song, come on, come on. Oh, I know one. Midnight's Lament from Twilight Princess. This one I think is sad. Epilogue. I understand now, was what I coughed to Moo. Half dead, splashing to the surface, I pulled myself painfully to shore at the feet of my loyal friend. I understand everything, I repeated in answer to her, knowing,
About time, Moo.
Gulping down breaths, I limped sluggishly towards her. It's all coming together, I told her, the two of us walking into the woods. When I was down there, drowning in the deep, I kept thinking about how everything had come full circle, about endings and beginnings and how they're one and the same. When I understand everything. We don't know, because they originally spawned in the ocean, deep in the ocean, they had to swim up. They might have died and respawned. We don't know yet. Let's find out. By this point, we'd made it over to where the sheep family was grazing. Everybody, gather around, I announced. I'm gonna make the music a little quieter still. That'll do. I've got something important to say. Of course I didn't listen, but did it stop me from talking? Keep going, I began. That was the first lesson I learned here, and now it'll be the last. I took a moment to let my words sink in. I have to accept that I'm at the end of one adventure and at the beginning of another. I've got to keep going. I've got to leave the island. Before they could say anything, before they could pretend to not care by turning away to eat, I added, no, hear me out. Like I said, I understand now. In fact, I've understood for quite a while. It's that gnawing feeling I've had since finishing the second house. It's why I've been acting so crazy since then. I didn't want to admit this scary truth.
Which is?
Mooed Moo. Just for context, if you don't know, the animals aren't actually talking, they just make noises and then Blocky fills in what they want them to say. This really was, everyone, I understand now. This really was Minecraft the Island. Which is, I answered, that after working so hard to create a safe space to answer the really big questions, I realized that the answers to those questions can't be found in a safe space. I gestured out to the horizon. They're out there, in the unknown. Asked Rainy, as the sheep family all looked at me. Good question. Hopefully there's more land, more people. Hopefully I'll be able to find my way home. Moo let out a soft, sad... And that's when my tears came. No, you're right, I said, through the lump in my throat. This is my home too, and I'll carry its memories in my heart. Because even if I don't find the answers I'm searching for, it's the searching that really matters. There it was, the ultimate lesson of this world. I struggled so hard for a goal without realizing that the goal is the struggle. It's what makes me stronger, smarter, and better. Like the song, Daft Punk. The song by Daft Punk. It's an isekai, yes. The protagonist like woke up in this world and then had to learn how everything worked. And it's like, it's really accurate. It's like, the main character is made out of rectangles. No elbows, no fingers or anything. Like Minecraft, it's very funny. The real mind was the friends we crafted along the way. Dude, so true, dude, you're so wise. I struggled so hard for a goal without realizing that the goal is the struggle. It's what makes me harder, faster, stronger, and better, and smarter. Growth doesn't come from a comfort zone, but from leaving it. A week later, I had packed up everything I needed for a long voyage. Food, tools, a compass, and a yet-to-be-filled map. I made sure the garden was well tended and that the house would be ready to accept a new visitor. That visitor, as you well know, is you. I hope you find my house comfortable. And if you want to build a basement music studio, I've left you the book, along with all the other manuals, in my bedroom. This book that you're reading was the last item in the last manual I found. A combination of sugar paper, leather from Moo's late partner, and ink from the squid I killed way back but couldn't find a use for. Figures. These will be the last words I write before walking down the hill to my boat, before saying goodbye to my beloved friends. Please treat them well. Friends keep you sane. I don't know what's waiting beyond the horizon, but now I'm ready for a bigger world. Maybe I'll meet the authors of the books I found. Maybe they'll be castaways like me. Maybe they've intentionally left those books to help future travelers with their journeys, the way I'm leaving this book for you. I hope what I've learned helps you find your way. Most of all, I hope you've learned that in this world of minds... Sorry. Oh my god. You're gonna fucking ruin the tone like that. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. Let me get back into it. Most of all, I hope you've learned... I love that this is so intense! This is so fucking good! I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. No, don't worry. I'm bigger when I'm over here, so it doesn't knock me out. Deep breaths. I hope what I've learned helps you find your way. Stop! No, hold on! Okay, hello everyone. Hi, yes, hello. Hi. Hi everyone. Hi, hello. I'm calm. I hope what I've learned helps you find your way. Most of all, I hope... Come on, y'all. It's just one sentence. We just get through one more sentence. Come on. Oh, no. I hope what I've learned helps you find your way. Most of all, I hope you've learned that in this world... It's just so stupid! Oh my god! Most of all, I've...
You're stupid!
No, it's not Chet's fault. It's not Chet's fault. Most of all, I hope you've learned that in this world of mines and crafting, the most important thing you can craft is you. The end. Yes, that's what it says. I'm fucking serious, y'all. That's literally what it says. Hold on, let me go back to the other playlist. No. 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 Hold on. There we go. You were the big wheel Minecraft all along. That's so much better than what I expected. Wonderful. It really ends like that. It does. I swear to you, the last sentence in this book is most of all, I hope you've learned that in this world of mines and crafting, the most important thing you can craft is you. That's what it says. The recipe is leather, 3 bone, and 2 raw meat. I wish that's cringe. There we go. Good. It's kind of cute, but mostly silly. It's cute, but it feels so out of place. I'm so removed from what is happening right now. I'm so confused. We just finished the book, and that's the final sentence in the book. Looking at my Discord status right now. Yes, please. That's so good. Okay, and then we've got a rundown of all the lessons. So like every chapter. That's a lot. Wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting the last sentence to be. I was expecting the last sentence to be was reveal of Minecraft main character's name has left the server, but this works a lot better. I think this is much more fun, because it's written in universe. It's someone's writing in universe, so it would make sense if it said has left the server. If it was less warhead hardened badass, it would have been better. Yeah, the last few chapters was really like, they were so serious and intense, and to just have such a corny fourth wall breaking ending is a bit odd. Wait, is it safe to change your Discord status now? Oh, I don't know actually. Maybe don't just yet. They just narrated their playthrough for a while and then didn't know how to finish it, so they went with the corniest thing they could come up with. Well, Capiorb, actually they're sequels, so it keeps going. I think it says in the beginning somewhere. Minecraft the Island. No, wait. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, it doesn't list the other books here, but there are sequels. The real minds we craft are the friends we make along the way. Ah! It's safe. Last time I checked. At least it should be on desktop. Okay, good. You can now all make your Discord status. Most of all, I hope you've learned that in this world of mines and crafting, the most important thing you can craft is you. What do you mean there's more? There's at least 3 other books. I think it's a trilogy, but I'm not 100% sure. That said though, I can't promise that I'm gonna be reading those on stream, because the book nooks tend to take a while to get through a whole book and be very sporadic. Fun, but sporadic. And I also feel that after this point, it's gonna be less like, it's gonna become more fanficky and less like just describing an experience, you know? We'll find out. I guess, maybe. Maybe we won't, who knows? Maybe you can read it for yourself.
You're stupid!
What I've learned from... Okay, so there's a bit of extra stuff at the back. What I've learned from the world of Minecraft. 1. Keep going. Never give up. 2. Panic grounds thought. 3. Don't assume anything. 3. Don't assume anything. 4. Think before you act. 5. Details make the difference. If you guys want to play Minecraft at home, remember these things. This is important, right? Next, Book Nook IDW Sonic. Listen, I think it'd be fun to read comics, maybe. I feel like it'd be harder to do in the same configuration, especially a comic book, because like you have to look at it, and I feel like one of the charms of this is that you don't really have to look at me, you can just hear me. This is actually making me want to play Minecraft. Yeah, it's successful. That's what merchandise is supposed to do, baby. Maybe the next books are about the first multiplayer experience, about making friends on the server. That's what I assume. Yeah, finding mainland and there's other people there and then living together and stuff, which that's kind of sounds cute. Do I want to read that? Do I also want to read the sequel? Oh no. We can discuss it in the Discord, which you can join if you put !with socials. There's a link in the Discord there. Dramatic reading of the Paraka rap? I gotta make a stream out of that. But it would be funny. Next Book Nook is the Bionicle novels. I would love to, but I only have the first one. I can never get my hands on the other ones. And I know I can just download them all from Biomedia Project, but I would love to have them, you know? What if we read AI generated stories or create them? I prefer a proper story. Sega! Even though I'm an AI, I'm like anti-AI. I hate AI generated art. It's gonna take jobs away from artists, you know. I won. Okay, so it lists all of the lessons that they learned, blah blah blah. And at the end it says acknowledgements to Jack Swartz, who first introduced the Brooks family to Minecraft, to the folks at Mojang, Lydia and Jung, blah blah blah. This is interesting. Let me just see. And there's some empty pages. There's a lot of empty pages at the back. Why? Okay. And that was it. We're done. Wow. Oh. And what timing it is. Do. Do, 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 do. Anyway, I'm not doing that yet. We're just gonna end the stream first, and then I'll do it. I did say that this stream wasn't gonna be as long as usual, because constantly talking all the time is a lot more strenuous on my voice than a regular stream, so not gonna go as long as usual. Also, someone said, Technova said, next book nook we force Zoe to write an entire novella. Would you believe that I've tried on multiple occasions to write a book already? I can write pretty well, I think, but I've just never had the motivation to write a whole book. Just like I haven't had the focus and such to make an actual full video game, and such. So that's why I'm doing this. Hello, that's why I'm a VTuber. Hi. Bam, 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 bam. Have you attempted NaNoWriMo before? I don't know what that is. But the title reminds me of the ending title of the song of the ending title. No, the title of the ending song to Phantasy Star Zero on the DS, which is my favorite DS game. National Novel Writing Month. No, I have not. I assume it's like you write like a short novel? I assume. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I could write a short novel. A short story, you know, of like 3 chapters or something. I could probably do something like that. But not a priority right now. A priority is plugging my socials. Which actually we just put in chat a little message. So, hi. What? I got completely disoriented. You have to write 50k words for the whole month of November? I don't think I'll do that. So, oh, thank you, Solid Mate. There you go. There's my socials. If you're like, wow, Zoe's pretty cool. I want to follow her on social media so I know when she's gonna stream and what she's gonna stream, and also see some shit posts and clips and such now and then. You could do that. You can click on that, and then there's a link to Twitter and Tumblr. There's also YouTube's, one where I post clips sometimes, one where I post full VODs. There's a merch store. There's a Discord link. You can join the Discord and be like, hey, Zoe, I'm in the suggestions channel. You should play Mario 64 on ×5 speed. That would be funny, or something, you know? Or just be like, hey everyone, I'm playing Splatoon. Anyone want to play Splatoon with me? Etc. You get it. Yeah, that's nice. My next stream is going to be sometime next week, probably Thursday. I mean Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Probably, unless something comes up. I don't know what yet. If you want to know, you gotta join one of the socials or the Discord, and then you get alerted when I post a schedule. And then you will know what the fuck I'm gonna play. Maybe Kingdom Hearts. Maybe not Kingdom Hearts. Maybe Kingdom Hearts again. Oh, so many possibilities. I miss music. Let's get some music in here. No, that's wrong. This one. Okay, so, yeah, that's that. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm very glad we finally finished this fucking book. Like, oh my god. And it had such a gorgeous, beautiful ending that I will cherish for the rest of my days. Now, as for the future of Book Nook, let's talk about that. So, while this was very fun, it was very long. Previously, we read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass, which are both much shorter. We could finish those in like 2 or 3 streams each, rather than this, which was like 8 or 10 or 25 or who knows. What book will we nook next? Exactly, that's the question. I think I would like to stick to like shorter books, so either short stories or something, or like episodic ones. Like Winnie the Pooh, for example, would be kind of funny because each chapter is just sort of its own story, you know? Doesn't matter how many chapters there are, we could just like read one story per stream or a couple, you know? So yeah, the question is like, what should I do? Dracula, how long? Isn't Dracula kind of long? I tried reading Dracula with Dracula what is it called? Dracula Daily or whatever? Yeah, I think that's what it's called, right? I send you like the Hitchhiker's Guide I have the entire Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series, and I think it would be kind of funny to read that on stream, but it's also it's kind of long. It's like a little longer than I would like. Is the micro thing still going? Oh, it is. Whoops. I'm looking for like short stories, you know, like Legend of Sleepy Hollow short. That's what I'm thinking. Dracula would be fun, but I just think it's long. And it's like very, it's like written very oldish and stuff, and I feel like that would just be kind of a pain. I'm talking about like stories that we can read either in one stream, ideally in just like one stream, so that any gaps between book nooks don't really matter, you know? Cause like you're not missing out on parts of the story just because you missed one book nook, because it's a different story now. That would be the ideal. It's just like one stream, one story. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, join the Discord, or send me an anonymous ask on Tumblr, or something. You know, you get it. Just send it my way somehow. Don't DM me on Tumblr. I mean, sorry, don't DM me on Discord. I don't want that. If just put it in the suggestions channel. Anyway, sorry, I got caught up in the music because it's so good. Assume Edgar Allan Poe's short stories for October would be good. Oh, for October, that could be good actually. Put that in the suggestions channel as a reminder to me. That's very good. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna have to figure out what the next book is, and then I'll get on that. Sorry, oh my god, I just love this music so much. Okay, I gotta go. We 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 gotta go find someone to raid. Also, I don't think I have to tell you guys what the raid message should be, right? I don't think I have to ask. I think we all know what the raid message should be, right? No, not gotta go fast. Oh, gotta go. Like I was saying, gotta go. I get it. Yeah, the final sentence. I'll say it again. I'll write it out exactly so you guys know. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. There we go. Sekwar and Solid Mate both got it. Very good. Yeah, that's the raid message, obviously. How could it be anything else, you know? But in this world of mines and crafting, the most important thing you can craft is you. That'll be our raid message for today, and we are going to raid hippity-bippity-boo Rabbit. I haven't been able to raid Rabbit in a very long time, who's playing Fortnite. So that'll be fun. Many of you will know Rabbit, dear friend of mine. A clown Rabbit VTuber, very talented artist. He's super cool. We've done many collabs together. Currently doing some Fortnite and having blue hair, which is fun. So, everybody say hi to Rabbit. Have a nice time, and I'll see you guys sometime next week if you pop in again. Bye everyone, love y'all. Bye bye. Oh wait, no, that one. Oh.